I don't mind dealing with people who have substance abuse issues, trying to get those addressed. Your deception can't be excused.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Ms. McGee. Name the record, ma'am. Mari McGee.
This one is out of it. This woman has an alcohol problem. She keeps running out of it. And when she went in for a blood screening, she actually had someone else take the test, and they got busted. And now she's screwed.
All right. What are we doing?
Thank you, Your Honor. As to the pretrial, we would respectfully request an adjournment to further plea negotiations. And I understand there is a bond violation. If and when Your Honor would like me to address that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. I was able to speak to Ms. McGee in detail about these matters. She did come to court knowing that there was this warrant and that in all likelihood she would be taken into custody today. We did meet then again this morning when she came into custody prior to the 9 a.m. block. I advised her that she would likely be taken into custody yet again, and she stayed. She told me one of her quotes was that she wanted to take accountability for her actions and face the consequences, and she wants to see this court case through. She admitted to me that this has been a struggle being on bond, and she did tell me that she has engaged recently with a therapist at the new Oakland Family Center, that has been quite helpful, and that has been helpful in her what she refers to as the journey. She also told me that she has the support of her mother, who has also been helping her and encouraging her to engage with this therapist and to also remain compliant on bond. Ms. McGee represented to me that she takes this court case itself very seriously. She's been in good contact with both me and another attorney in our office. She stated to me that she wanted to come in person today, of course, to face her warrant, but also to show the court that she takes this matter seriously. And that in her words, she's turning her life around in her commitment to both the court, to her sobriety, and she did recently get a new job in healthcare and is anxious to be able to start that on Friday to care for her 2 kids. She is a single mother to 2 children, ages 4 and 8. She brought support. She has a friend here in the gallery with their support. Ms. McGee did also mention to me she does have a medical condition to which she does wear a gastric sleeve. All that to say, Ms. McGee does acknowledge that there have been some problems while on bond. She wanted to come here today to apologize to the court, but also to ask the court to consider a second chance. She is asking for the court to consider today placing her on a scram tether to show the court that she can comply with bond and that she is not a flight risk, wants to continue showing up to court to face this case. She takes this matter extremely seriously, and we are asking the court to give her another chance to stay out on bond with a scram tether.
Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Morgan Barroso on behalf of the people. We were here on May 1st, and on that date, we discussed it. On May 1st, she missed another test. On May 2nd, she was late for another test. On the 2nd, after the late test, she then had a positive test at 12:01 a.m. on the 3rd. She did not continue to test. And then she missed the next test the next morning in that test window, only to test late and have that be negative. But we continue this on after we just had this discussion on the 1st. At this point, I don't think that this is a second chance. I think this is a pattern of non-compliance. And I am concerned.
It should also be noted that she had that positive test on the 3rd. She then also had a positive test on the 4th in the morning.
Additionally, Your Honor, there is a note which I have not seen before of this kind, but on the 11th at 11:41, someone other than the defendant tested in the sober lane.
Yeah, I was going to get to that. That she then tested on the 4th, she blew numbers. On the 4th, on the 5th, which is probably a continuation of that 4th, she's also blowing numbers. And then I told you on the 1st, I mean, all of this has happened. We're now just halfway through May. From the time that I told you that I didn't want to see any other missed test. And then, and before that, you know, it wasn't like we had any positives, but we didn't know. And then all of a sudden we end up with this positive testing. Then, as indicated on the 8th, an interesting thing kind of happens because on the 8th, you throw numbers again, right? And then on the 8th, the person testing couldn't be identified. And then on the 11th, it was very clear that someone other than you tested on the soap.
No, do it like that. And just, I had issues and I was going through issues, but she said I am committed and I want to put on a scrum tether to be held more accountable. And I have support and I'm changing my life around. I will no longer consume any type of alcohol at all. I have a reposition that I've been waiting for. I was depressed for a while because I didn't have employment. I had no money coming in, and I just got this opportunity, and they have given me the job, and I'm supposed to be going on Friday, and that's the most important thing, and that's given me a lot of hope and to get on the right path for my children and for God. And I promise you, I would not test positive for anything. I have a therapist and I have my mom that I talk to, and she pray with me and help me. I'm not going to do it again. I promise. And I know that the tether will help me be way more accountable in a show right away. And I will not take that lightly if you give me that opportunity. I won't take it lightly at all. God is my witness. I will not take it lightly.
Ma'am, you told me the same thing when I told you no more missed tests. And here's my problem. You know, your counsel's asking for a second chance. The problem is, when I let you go the first time after the missed test, that was the second chance. But that was on May 1st. You didn't make it 24 hours from the time that you came out of this court where you're now consuming alcohol. And then you continue to do it. And for that period in time, from basically the 2nd through the 8th, those 6 days, and then at some point on the 8th, you continued to consume and then started playing with the machine by trying to have somebody else test.
It's not fair.
And so here's the problem. I don't mind dealing with people who have substance abuse issues, trying to get those addressed. Your deception can't be excused.
And I apologize.
So I'll adjourn this to June 5th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Defendant having admitted to these violations. Defendant's bond is revoked. Defendant remanded.
Welcome to my channel, Off the Record, where I hand select the finest of court cases of the US of A, and then I remove everything that bores the hell out of me, such as the mandatory readings into the record and all the other legalese, and I also cut out any pauses where the judge reads in silence or they are waiting on responses that never come, and I do this for my subscribers, to pay them respect. Or if my subscribers are going to spend their time with me on my channel, then that time shall be well spent. So please subscribe, and I will do my best never to waste your valuable time. Please check out what I mean by clicking the episode on screen now, and I promise I won't waste your time.